Okay, hello. So, yeah, just a super short video again. This time I'm using Speedtree. So I've got the Sycamore America, and from Speedtree that is as well. And basically, I've made some adjustments of what I wanted it to do. It's pretty straightforward. So you can see the setup of the asset here. So you've got individual branches, as in literally not just the branches on here, but the branches between the nodes. So you can go in and choose some different attributes that you want. So zoom out. So it's slightly different in the way that you use the control. Instead of Alt in Maya, you just literally sort of, so I'm using middle and then click and rotate to tumble, and then click and drag. Yeah, click and drag. I'm using a Wacom, so I'm not sure. But yeah, so it just takes a little getting used to the navigation. But so I've set it to, because it's going to be kind of dusk, the colouring I have on this shot. I set it to dusk, and just trying to find the overall height again. I found it earlier. So we got, let's shrink it down again because that's how I saw it. So this is length, but I'm pretty certain. So that's the trunk, yeah. So that's what I want. But there's also options on the actual tree itself. Let's see if we've got overall length. No, but we've got overall shape. Okay, so in my trunk, basically, I want this to be taller, but for some strange reason it didn't look. Let's put this to like 25, see if it actually makes a huge difference. No, it didn't in that instance. Aha, that's why. So there's two. There's this. This is the one I changed. So now it will actually, and then I want to make it a bit chunkier. So how tall is this going to be now? So this is a tall one. And what I did earlier was I made it so that the branches down there, the roots system was bigger, because I needed it to take into account the fact that actually realistically it would have quite a long root system. I mean, obviously it's under the ground, but so I need to go further down. I think I might have gone past it. There we go. So, and I want to give it a bit of a bend, and a bit more twist. Because it's heavy, I want it bending more to one side. Maybe not that much, that might be a bit too much. But, so I shall export out this one as a new variation. But in Maya, I exported it out as an FPS. I tried doing a USD directly from Speedtree and it crashed, but that might just been because of what I was doing and the way I was doing it, so I have to try again. So comes into Maya, but the shaders for Arnold don't come in straight away. They just come in. They come in with default Maya shaders, and it just renders out grey. So what I've been doing is super simple. I most probably need to just script it so I don't have to do this. So just creating standard surface. Let's make this bigger. So what am I doing? Out color to base color, and the opacity. So out transparency to opacity, and then out normal to normal, and then selecting the objects on there and assigning it to the new Arnold material. Also going to name it. I try to be as tidy as possible. I have done quite a bit of messy stuff in this, and yesterday it caught up with me, so I'm trying to be a bit more like I would be if I was in the studio environment. So now all the shaders have been converted to Arnold shaders. And this, and then this is what it looks like. So that's very nice. And now I can just quickly take a screenshot, add it to my asset database, and just group it. So if I go over here, we have my sycamore. I've just updated the database to have the sycamore tree in there. So there we go. Okay, it's quite big. A sycamore tree. I think some of my scaling might be a bit out. I'll need to figure it out a bit more, but for now, yeah, I think so. So that is what do you call it? So that's the eucalyptus tree, and that's the sycamore, and that's the default sycamore. I mean, I know sycamores are quite tall, so, but that looks a little bit too tall. Anyway, so where do I need it? I need it actually over here, because there's a camera angle of a shot I'm doing. It's about like that. I need to extend that water as well. So this sycamore could actually be sitting on the ground. So the other sycamore will be even taller. That's okay. Maybe I'll shrink it down a bit. Yeah, I need to figure out the okay, so let's try again. It crashed on me. Okay, so after quite a few more crashes and a little bit of debugging, I eventually found out what was wrong. So basically, the cache, the USD that I'd exported out, the top node was an empty geometry node that comes when you import in the FPX from Speedtree, and so USD and the viewport were getting confused basically. Okay, so you can't really see it, but it's in there, and some quality animation going on. But the idea is I'm just blocking it out basically. So, but let's see, you can see they are there. And let's select to make sure that that's definitely in camera view. Yeah, okay. So I shall quickly set. Okay, so I shall quickly test a render. Looks like something's happening. Funnily enough, I think it's actually hidden behind the eucalyptus tree. Is it? Yes, I think. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it up so I can see it, and then I shall have to go back and match the scale. And it looks like it needs one there. Yeah, okay, so I shall put one sort of around here. Okay, so I've scaled up the one in the background, added another one, and also added one in the foreground, and it should hopefully come across soon. I'll just pause it while it does its rendering. It's a little bit hard to tell. I can definitely see it. Realistically, I need it to move more that way. I need to export out this camera, but since this camera is just a test, I haven't really got it set up to export yet. But let's change the camera possibly to make it work. So I can't really see the background, so I'm just going to quickly put this into bounding box just so I can see it, because part of the problem is it's hiding the background, so I can't tell. So now I can see. let's try that one. I mean, obviously the camera is going to change most probably, but it's better than. Well, we can see more of the trees. The only downside is we can't actually see the ground, and that doesn't quite matter, but that's better. Don't like that tree, and the leaves on that one look a little bit too big compared to the tree leaves in the background, but all can be changed. I'm not going to nitpick too much. Okay, so I'll set this off to render and see what happens. Okay, so the render's done and it's super quick. It also does this weird pop and stuff, but it's, you know, it's good enough for what I need it to do for this stage. So I've dropped it into the edit, and this is what it looks like so far with this new shot added in. So obviously everything's floating, nothing's finished, bits of geo missing, but it gets the point across. I'm trying to tell the story. Anyway, okay, cheers.